would you take that mic and put it in that window?
Yep.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Eagle Stadium for the final home game of the regular season for the boys. My name is Gabe Rhodes.
My name's Ian McCara.
And we're going to bring you a difficult evening this evening for the Eagles. A very tough game against a very tough AAA opponent out of Morgantown, but a contest to test yourself. What do you think, Ian?
I think it's going to be a very difficult game tonight. Morgantown, very strong program over the years. I don't know if they're as good as they have been, in the past, but they've certainly got a tradition of having a very strong soccer team.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good one, folks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step away here for a minute for the national anthem and introduction of the players, and we'll be right back on the Robert C. Byrd Streaming Network.
Morgantown. Number 2, Oliver Torbening. Number 3, William Jang. Number 5, Cooper Cade. Number 9, Alexander Gonzalez Manning. Number 12, Caden Lafferty. Number 14, Anthony Vecchia. Number 15, Cameron Wheeler. Number 16, Rain Hannah. Number 17, Muhammad Hickey. Number 20, Ryan Graham. Number 21, Gabriel Ferreira. Number 25, Taylor Beard. Number 26, Alex Gilchrist. Number 27, Janad Dennis. Number 29, Jared Wolfhard. Number 33, Luke Flettish. Tonight's starters, number 0, Tyler Price. Number 4, Colin Pesto. Number 7, Tim Robson. Number 8, Will Staples. Number 9, Alexander Gonzalez Cannon. Number 10, Aiden Steyer. Number 11, Riley Braston. Number 13, Wyatt Abbott. 28, Samuel Pena. Number 30, Cole Beeson. Number 32, Steve Hirschfeld. Morgantown coached by Brian Chirac and Samuel Snyder.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and we're back here on the Robert C. Byrd Streaming Network. You know, we talked a little bit off air about how the seedings are already out. RCB is officially the 1 seed in our section, which means that if they make it that far, RCB will host the sectional championship here at Eagle Stadium. So tonight's going to be kind of a different contest.
Yeah, when we were talking earlier, I was saying that whenever you're going into these last games of the season and the seedings are already set, ultimately the games are meaningless, but you still want to have a good performance and go into the sectionals with a little bit of momentum.
Sure. And you want to see those kids. Hopefully, everybody stays healthy. It's interesting to see how far forward Carson is playing right now, and we kind of hope that they try some different things.
Well, the way things are lined up right now, Gabe, we had talked about Levake potentially starting in the centre defence, but he's very much the centre forward the way things are lining up right now.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Might be a case that he's going to switch back after the kickoff or after the kickoff of the ball, but moving Levake, moving Yair over.
Looks like Bradley Burnett has gone into where Chandler Walls is playing, and McCain's gone out on the right side where Brad was playing. So that'll be interesting to see how things go once they kick off and see if anything changes. But that's what it's looking like right now.
Yeah. Well, it might be something they tried on the training ground because here's the ball goes to Caden Min, and Caden just bombs it.
Mm-hmm.
Pinged it. Well. A little rotation here. We're going to playing down the right. Step in by Rosie. McCain picks the ball up. Oh, and just a misplaced pass there to Isaiah. Turnover to the Morgantown ball. Deep in the Eagle half. Gonna have to turn Coach Min down there a little bit. McCain playing really deep tonight. Yeah, I've thought that Carson plays the ball back to Rosie, that Carson would play a little farther forward. Jackson Levake might play back at defense, but it looks like a curveball from Coach Min. Morgantown player in the attacking half here. Back in third. Plays the ball back. Morgantown, a lot of action down the right here so far. Step in by Isaiah. Good movement and work between McCain and Isaiah. To McCain, deep in a creative space to Yair. Got to see some end product there from Yair. You got to get it past to Carson. Morgantown playing really quick one-touch ball so far. Pings it forward.
So we were talking before the game, Gabe, about the potential for going to a back four. It looks like that has actually happened, and Corsini's playing in the central defence, and Jackson McCain is playing in that holding midfield position, which is unexpected. I didn't think Jackson would be in there, and then it looks like Chase Davis is over on the right-hand side. So a lot of changes this evening. It'll be interesting to see how things progress.
I mean, interesting to see whether Morgantown retains the ball, gets back possession. It's an interesting place for Chase. I think he is very creative. Can he mark the guy out at the wing like he's gonna have to? I don't know. But McCain is the defensive midfielder is interesting. Ball's sent out here. Good work there. Looks like good work by Bradley Burnett to shepherd the ball out for a foul and a free kick here on the edge of the Bird box. Pinged up there to Chase, but Morgantown retains possession. Back in the middle of the park here. RCB tonight, they've got to push out. They've got to move a little quicker. And I don't see them doing that a lot just yet. But this Morgantown team is playing very slick one-touch ball.
Yeah, they've already kind of taken control of the game, passing the ball around very well, passing it into midfield, creating nice triangles and moving it extremely well at this point.
Back up there from Caden Min to Jackson LeVake.
McCain now playing down the left, so I don't know if we know anything that we're talking about right now.
Right,
But we're changing positions a lot right now. I think Isaiah's tucked into that defensive midfield position. So he'll settle down soon.
Yeah, it's kind of a, an interesting tactical flip maybe, or just something that they did for a couple minutes to see how it worked.
Definitely 4 at the back right now, though, which has been a change from the 3 at the back that they've played a lot recently.
Yeah, I think they've needed that back 4 to be, because they need to be solid.
And also Chandler Wars being out tonight may have made that decision a bit easier as well.
Sure. I mean, he's a very athletic center back and covers a lot of ground. Ball's going to go out there for off a deflection off of a to Morgantown corner, first one of the evening. It looked like an in-swinger here. Interesting. So we've got men on the corners here of the goal. Rosie passes it out for a Morgantown throw-in. Looked a bit about the only option he had, because every single Eagle was behind the ball at this point, or at least behind the 50. Morgantown player there, good step there by the Morgantown player. Ooh, and a mistake. The players get back for the possession and just right back to what they're doing. Carson Bennett moves it up here down the left-hand side, but dribbles it out of bounds.
We were also talking about that a little earlier, Gabe, about Carson Bennett creates space really well for him. Then he just needs that end product a little bit more often. Very talented player, graceful over the ground, but just needs that killer pass every now and then.
Well, now, is that something where he should be in his head thinking where the people, his players, should be? Or is it just a physical case of him needing to make the pass?
Yeah, obviously I don't know. I don't know what Carson's thinking when he's out on the field, but the way he creates space for himself by making those turns it's a real talent, and he does that well. I'd just like to see him just creating a little bit more after he's done that.
Because it gives him so much time on the ball once he makes that turn. Morgantown player back in the attacking third here. Shot from deep. A good save to his right by Wyatt Crislip. And now Jackson McCain here down on the left. Pass by Isaiah Gabbert, picked out again by this midfield from Morgantown. Another pass over the top by the Morgantown defense. Able to try to attempt to get the ball here through Yair. We're out to the left side of the Morgantown attack. You hear Coach Ben yelling for the team to get the ball out of their zone.
Yeah, I would say at this time that's pretty good advice. I think they just need to knock 2 or 3 balls long just to take a little bit of pressure off. But when those balls go long, McCain and Yahir, sorry, not McCain, Jackson LeVake and Yahir need to really hold them up, like Yahir's doing right now, keeping possession.
Ooh, there it looked like a handball there for a second, but incidental. And a good ball down near the right, cut out well by Caden Min.
Yeah, good covering by Caden there, because Rosie got caught slightly out of position and the ball was played in behind him, but Caden came across and covered well. I think the back 4 is crucial tonight, the way Morgantown are playing. They've got 2 wide players, and then the fullbacks are bombing on as well, so they really need that support out wide
Yeah, it's
defensively.
sure. It seems like it's creating a lot of overloads either way.
Yeah.
Making things really, because I mean, I don't think there's been more than a couple seconds on the end of the Morgantown half so far this evening in the first 9 minutes, and that's just exhausting. They got to kick down to the goalkeeper for Morgantown, who's going to take a little time. Yair chases it back.
I mean, we're almost 10 minutes into the game. I think that's the first time that Morgantown goalie has touched the ball at this point. So if we can just create a little bit more pressure from an attacking standpoint, that'll be easier. But it's going to be difficult against this team because they're passing the ball around extremely well.
Almost at will, like whatever they want to do. And then, you know, RCB is going to have to change up how they press people and can't make passes.
No, they can't give the ball away so easy because then as soon as he gave it away, he's out of position and they put the ball in behind him.
And we've talked a lot this season about how aggressive, you know, and tough to defend rapid counters are, and Morgantown clearly has some pretty rapid kids. Nice punt there by Wyatt Crislip, but defender picks it up from Morgantown. Pressured by LeVake, but pushed out for a Morgantown throw on the left side.
Very few high school teams have the ability to play through you, kind of like what Barcelona would do or something like that. So if you can keep the ball in front of your back four, that's what you really need. But there's been a couple of times now where it's gone in behind the left back and it's created problems. We need to be able to keep that ball in front of us.
Right, and just to be able to defend as a unit.
Yeah.
And the in the healthiest of times, Caden, Min, and Chandler have been really good at coverage. But playing with a new partner, who's very experienced in Anthony Corsini, but
yeah,
not a traditional defender by trade.
This is the first time I've seen him play in defense, so I don't know if that's something he's done in the past or not, but this is the first time I've seen him play there.
In the years that we've been doing this commentary, this is probably the first time that I've seen him play it long-term there. I think I've seen him do some spot stuff. And he's played defensive midfielder a couple times this season.
Right now, we're only 10 minutes in. The 2 central defenders, the partnership has looked actually quite solid. Their positioning's been good, and they haven't allowed anybody to get in behind them yet. And then Caden came across and covered very well for Rosie when that ball was slipped in behind it. They need to keep that going as the game's going on.
Yeah. Well, they've got to get help though, because I mean it's going. They got to keep doing that kind of coverage. It's going to get tough. Good work to retain the ball there by Morgantown. Carson Bennett working hard to get the ball back. Sprayed out there, but a misplaced pass that Jackson LeVake intercepts. Isaiah Gabbert tries to get it out to McCain, but the pass is kind of weak. Picked up on the left-hand side there by Morgantown, but Isaiah Gabbert comes back to cover it.
That's an important position Gabbert's playing tonight, protect the back four a little bit. He really needs to focus defensively and keep moving side to side as well to try and cut those passes out into the forwards.
And that's a tall task, too.
Yeah, it is, because he's the only defensive midfield player in there right now. We still continue to play the two central strikers, so there is a lot of space in that central midfield. So Carson and Isaiah have got a lot of ground to cover, but the way Chase is tucking in when the ball's on the other side is helping out with that as well.
Yeah. And so far, he seems to be doing a nice job of that.
Yeah.
Because I have always thought of him more of an offensive player than a defensive midfielder. Pretty rapid chip there by Wyatt Crislip, cut out by the Morgantown defender, and here they come back going forward. Anthony Corsini, big knee up to the center of the park, and a hard slide tackle into Jackson McCain. Jackson McCain retains the possession here, but works against two, and a misplaced pass there by Rosie. Stand-up defending by Caden Min kicks it out of bounds.
Yeah, excellent covering again by Caden there. He's been strong all season defensively, especially in the air. Morgantown haven't played too many balls in the air into the box at this time, but here comes a throw-in.
But, you know, anytime that goes in the air, I count on Caden Min to be able to get to it. Like,
Yeah,
he's been great.
I would agree with you on that, and that's a difficult skill for high school kids nowadays because there's a lot less heading in the game for youngsters, so developing that player that can just head the ball away is really crucial, but you don't see it too often anymore. And Caden does a good job with it.
Absolutely. On both ends of the field, too.
Mm-hmm.
He's absolutely a weapon offensively, too. We got a goal kick by Wyatt Crislip. And a short pass directly into Yair. Nodded down to Carson, but Carson loses possession. Works to get it back. Bradley Burnett up the sideline here. Jackson LeVake working to press and return the ball back to Bird. But another misplaced pass into forwards allows Morgantown to retain possession again. Morgantown have looked threatening so far.
Yeah, I mean, this is the right back making forward runs right now, creating pressure. And then the defensive midfield player just steps across the support. They're pretty solidly organised. Chance.
Yes, and desperate defending there by RCB to get the ball out for another Morgantown corner. Thank you. Swinger in. Good catch by Wyatt Crislip.
Crislip's got off to a good start, and that's a great ball forward there for LeVake.
Right. Great way to start a counter attack here for RCB. And he wins a foul. Let's see if I can get that on replay. Not.
Slightly fortunate to win the free kick there, I think. It was a tough tackle, and obviously LeVake went down, but in my opinion, he won the ball. But great distribution from Crislip there, and he needs to look to do that more often.
Absolutely. I think Jackson got a little bit of the benefit of no VAR, no camera to tell him that he was there. But Wyatt, that's the kind of distribution that modern keepers need to have.
Yeah.
To really start a counterattack. And onto the head of an RCB player, but just could not generate the power.
Yeah, not really enough power in the cross from Chase there. Kind of just drifted it across there. They're hard to head in. You need a little bit more pace and a bit more of a flat delivery there with more pace to make it a bit more threatening for the Morgantown defense.
Good work by McCain to knock that out for a throw.
Look how high the left back is already.
And
it's just drifted out to him now.
And that just makes it tough when you've got a pack of two to defend. They could just pass it around you so quickly. And it looks like RCB is going to shepherd that out for what I believe will be a goal kick. No, but it looks like they've called a corner.
Yeah, I think it hit him right as it crossed the line, caught him on the knee.
Unfortunate there, but another Morgantown corner. This is the third of the evening, another in-swinger here. White has been really good in the air to come claim balls. I think his command of the box is really nice for a high school kid. I'll say as I say that.
Yeah, Caden Min heading it away, though. That's going to be crucial. Caden and Crislip really need to control that 6-yard box with those corners coming in because they're going to put us under a lot of pressure with those.
Absolutely. And I think it's it makes the free kick on the other end ever more glaring because the chances are going to be so far few and far between. But Morgantown firmly in control right now.
I would agree with you, but they haven't created tremendously good chances right now. So all credit to RCB for hanging in there and not allowing them to create chances. But the way they're passing the ball around has been impressive at this point.
Yes. Goalkeeper's pass back out to Carson, intercepts it, but loses possession to Morgantown. Passing it forward here through what looks like two different creative midfielders. Rosie goes for the interception. And goes out off of Rosie's foot for a Morgantown throw in here.
Don't bunch up! Now!
Good play by Yahir there, keeping possession well for Bird. Good little spell of pressure there by RCB. Kept the ball a little bit better. Ended up with a shot which was just screwed slightly wide by Yahir.
Well, it's nice to see that they're growing into the game here.
They need to continue doing what they just did there the last 2 or 3 minutes. Keep the ball up in this end of the field, keep possession best they can, and create chances.
Pass got pick up by the Morgantown player there, but a misplaced pass. It just two different ideas of where they were going to go. Pass to Jackson McCain. McCain passing back to Rosie, who's pretty clear. Tries to pass it down the line to LeVank, is intercepted by the Morgantown defensive midfielder, and passed out to their wing player there, Joel Beeson. Beeson is picked by Isaiah Gabbard. Gets it back to Chrislop, but Chrislop immediately under pressure there. The last tip interception, I think, by Chase, it looks like. And last-ditch defending by Bradley Burnett takes it off the toe, at least deflects it off the toe of the Morgantown player, who appears to have hurt himself a little bit. I'm going to switch here for Morgantown, and Yahir is coming off for gosh, my brain can't remember. Jackson LeVank caught there almost in possession. A little lackadaisical with it. Back to McCain, to Bennett. Back to McCain, cutting across the middle there. McCain with a nice little dribble there, past one. Eli Knotts, Eli Knotts, nice to see Eli Knotts get some time. Tries to cut it back, but it just isn't strong enough. But that's okay. He had a pretty decent run there to get to it. Pass across there by Morgantown midfield, looks up to see his options, trying another cutout pass here in the center. that Anthony was able to get to. Morgantown player with a shot, ripper of a shot there, but saved by Wyatt Crislip. Wyatt immediately tries to get it upfield there to Eli Knotts. Cut out by the defender. Jackson LeVake sprinting to try and catch possession there. Kane tries to dwindle on the ball there and has the ball taken out of under his feet for a foul called. Good opportunity here for Bird to push a whole bunch of players forward. As we know, Caden Minn's got a rocket of a leg. Ball over top, it is directly to the Morgantown defender, who kicks it out for an RCB throw in. Another set of subs look like Yair is coming back in for LeVake this time.
RCB definitely working themselves back into the game right now. Morgantown dominated the earlier period. I would say Morgantown is still the better team, but RCB are definitely working their way back into it. All credit to the boys for that.
Absolutely, and they've had to work hard to do it.
Yeah.
Because as we said, this Morgantown team is very, very, very technically good. But it's been credit, to work like Isaiah Gabbard here, who's really doing a job to shield the back four. That is a tough pass there by Rosie to his goalkeeper, who thankfully was with it and switched on to where he needed to be. Caden kicks the ball up forward to relieve a little bit of the pressure. Morgantown defender was not able to control it. Eli Knotts chases him down to the corner. Almost forces an error, but
good pressure by Eli there. That's what the forwards need to do. Keep putting those centre backs under as much pressure as possible. Not make it easy for them just to pass out and build up through the lines there.
Yeah, because the two Morgantown center backs seem to have a really good range of passing.
One area where Morgantown are really creating problems for Bird is down the sides. The two fullbacks are attacking so much. And with Bird only having two central midfielders, Chase is tucking in and helping out there, which is leaving a lot of space for that left back to attack. Number 4, the right back, I'm not sure what his name is also getting forward tremendously.
Colin Petsko.
Well. Yeah, Petsko's attacking is very good. But where it's good for Morgantown is then they keep the two central defensive midfield players in there to cover for those players. So it's hard to break against as well. One little switch Coach Min may consider is going to like a 4-1-4-1 system or a 4-3-3, just so we could have some wide attackers who can help defensively
to keep a structure,
to keep those guys, while also not getting so overnumbered in midfield.
It looks like they took it off the arm of the Morgantown player Aiden Steyer. Definitely used his arm there to cushion the ball to the ground, get a little bit of a conversation there with the center official. And gives Cade another opportunity there to send the ball into the center and Yair tries the bicycle, but thankfully no card for it, but definitely a high boot.
Got off the ground there though, didn't he?
You got pretty high there, pretty athletic.
Nowhere near the ball, unfortunately, but yeah, I mean, impressive athletic ability getting up for that. Probably not the place for a overhead kick at that point. Morgantown, RCB done a much better job the last 10 to 15 minutes of not allowing Morgantown to get in behind them. They've kept everything in front, made them pass around in front of them, and not allowed them so many chances to cross.
And that's a great in-game switch there, because it looked exhausting there for the first 10 minutes. Ooh.
Great run from outside to in there by the left-sided Morgantown player, and an outstanding ball through to him. He just ran inside Bradley Burnett at right back and got the header off, but missed the target.
Nice little turn there by Yair. Gets it to Carson. Carson back to Yair. That's a good little trio there for RCB, but Morgantown is able to get possession back deep and press to this to William Staples there, and try to split it. Rosie's able to get it and cushion it to Wyatt Crislip, who kicks it up long. Kane is about to get the ball to Carson.
That's good play by Carson Bennett there, passing the ball into the forward's feet, following his pass and getting it back.
And McCain there getting a move upfield, one of the rare pushes forward. Dribbles in, and a shot on goal for RCB. First one of the evening. Good job there by McCain to create some space for himself.
Yeah, I think Jackson's got the capability of doing that more, just cutting in from this left side and hitting the target with his stronger right foot.
Rare run forward there by Caden Min. Moves rapidly, but rapidly right back comes Morgantown. Nice to see Isaiah Gabbert steps back into the defensive center back position there to cover for Caden's run forward.
Yeah, smart play by Gabbert there, covering for Caden running forward. Caden's got to be careful when he does that. He doesn't give the ball away, and if he does make those runs, somebody definitely has to cover for him, and Isaiah did a great job with that just there. Good defending again by Gabbert.
corner there. Out swinger for Morgantown. And Cademan in the air knocks it back out.
Bird really working their way back into the game very, very well. They need to really focus now on keeping it scoreless until halftime and then creating chances second half. Although a good breakaway opportunity here.
Absolutely. Looks like Levesque down the right here. Slows up. It kind of gives the defense a little bit of chance, but Yair is working pretty hard to get himself back into possession. Morgantown, these midfielders from Morgantown are just rapidly going forward. Number 8 there for Morgantown showed a little too much of the ball into Yahir. And Yahir carries the ball. Can he get it to Levesque? Great ball into Levesque, but just a little too far forward and picked up there by the Morgantown keeper. But RCB really is starting to find the holes here in the Morgantown defense.
Yeah, great run by Levesque. Yahir did really well to create the space for himself, but just a little heavy on the pass. But Yahir's working well up there. He's holding the ball up well, and Levesque's moving around quite well also. So RCB definitely working their way back into it.
Absolutely. Definitely a little lazy turn there by Carson leads to a switch of possession for Morgantown, but Rosie stands up the number 18 there for Morgantown, one of the subs. Nice little pass there from Caden Min, works its way to Yahir, who makes the turn, try to go outside, but it's cut out by the center back for Morgantown. And Isaiah Gabbard able to almost, but got picked out again. Oh! And a really aggressive tackle from the Morgantown player there. I would have to see a different angle of that, but that looked pretty tough. Pass into Yair's cut out by Morgantown. Trapped by Bradley Burnett, who passes it centrally back to a Morgantown player. And Morgantown will rotate to the left here to try and cut it. I think Brad got a little bit of leftovers there. An offsides call, but it's a really tough one to get an offsides call with on a 35-yard pass, but Morgantown right winger might be hurting.
Yeah, I think Rosie left a little bit on him earlier. But you're right about that other tackle that came in. Although he won the ball, it was very forceful, almost endangering the opponent. So hopefully everybody's okay there.
Absolutely, but for me, from my angle, it looked like he went both sets of studs up.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just dangerous in general. Like, it could go wrong for both sets of both players. A nice little pass there. Flat roll pass into Yair gets cut out by Morgantown. Center judge had a question of a handball or not. Change of possession there to RCB. Nice little, and a good pass into Cade Min who just misses with a minute 37, sending us into the half with a 1-0 RCB lead, but really showing some talent there in the air.
Yeah, great effort by Caden, and I think Chase did take that free kick. We were talking earlier about how his first free kick he took was a bit drifted in. That one was much more driven and flatter and easier for Caden to create power off his header. Good chance for Bird.
Absolutely. Really and truthfully, I think if a goal comes for RCB tonight, it's going to come from a free kick like that. But I've seen a lot
I certainly think you need to make the most of the set-piece opportunities this evening, because you're not going to get a whole lot of chances from open play.
Absolutely. Morgantown drifts here. Just like that. Look, Joel Beeson has drifted centrally, and his pace has been a little trouble. And Yair is able to get onto but it's cut out well for a corner, but by the Morgantown defender. But good work by RCB to transition quickly into attack. And here with about 30 seconds, RCB has a corner. Looks like Chase Davis to take it. So he moves pretty quick to get into space here. RCB's got a couple men forward. Like to see something get on Caden Min's head here, but hit flat by Chase. And then over. And Morgantown is back at the races. But that's the end of the first half with the score RCB 0, Morgantown 0. We'll be back here on the Robert C. Byrd streaming network.
From country to Christian, rock and roll to blues and soul, the Robinson Grand Performing Arts Center in the heart of downtown Clarksburg is your destination for spectacular live events and memory-making experiences. Visit therobinsongrand.com to find the next show you're coming to see.
Hello, and welcome to Harrison County, West Virginia. With a population of over 69,000, Harrison County is a thriving community with plenty of recreational opportunities, historical sites, and a booming economy. And with an ideal central location, Harrison County is within a 10-hour drive of 60% of the population of the United States, with relatively easy access to cities like New York City, Chicago, and Atlanta. Vital to the region is our North Central West Virginia Airport, which serves as an economic engine for the area, providing countless job opportunities to local residents and has an annual impact of over $1 billion. Whether you're here to visit or find a place to call home, there's plenty to discover in Harrison County.
There's something for everyone in Harrison County. Indian mounds, located near the Veterans Park, are thought to be burial mounds constructed by the Hopwellian culture prior to the year 1000 AD. During the Civil War, the county seat Clarksburg served as a military depot for the Union Army. General George B. McClellan held his headquarters here in 1861 until the Battle of Bull Run. The Clarksburg Downtown Historic District includes an extraordinary variety of architectural types and styles. The Courthouse Plaza displays the statue of Stonewall Jackson, a native son and legendary Confederate general, as well as the flagstaff from the battleship USS West Virginia, sunk at Pearl Harbor. Residents and visitors enjoy a wide variety of unique shops and dining options throughout Clarksburg's Downtown Historic District. Downtown Bridgeport, the shops at Averill Place. Meadowbrook Mall in Bridgeport attracts shoppers from across the region with stores of every size and specialty. Explore Harrison County today. Harrison County, West Virginia is made up of 10 family-friendly cities, each with a robust sense of community and culture. Our diverse housing mix includes new homes and established neighborhoods at various price points, as well as homes of character in tranquil lakeside settings. Carefully conceived mixed-use communities offer plans for a wide array of amenities that the entire family can enjoy. No matter what your age or lifestyle, there are options including independent and assisted living apartment communities that offer as much or as little care as you need. We warmly invite you to explore Harrison County, West Virginia, where your dream home awaits you. Harrison County offers services, opportunities, and activities for all ages. Farmers markets in Bridgeport and Clarksburg feature locally produced foods and live music provided by local musicians. Harrison County hosts several community festivals throughout the year celebrating unique cultures, marking the season or remembering the county's rich history. The county is also home to excellent healthcare services from the United Hospital Center in Bridgeport and the Veterans Administration Hospital in Clarksburg to Fairmont General Hospital, Monongahela General Hospital, and Ruby Memorial Hospitals. The area's fire, police, and emergency medical first responders reach every hill and valley in the county to coordinate care for injured residents and threatened property. In addition, the community offers a number of senior citizen services and centers that provide everything from nutrition guidance and exercise classes to medical care. Discover an exceptional quality of life in Harrison County. Harrison County Parks and Recreation offers a variety of outdoor opportunities. Veterans Memorial Park in Clarksburg features a popular aquatic center with areas to swim and play. At approximately 12 miles, the Southern Rail Trail begins at Camden Street and ends at Custer Addition, while the 4-mile-long Northern Trail starts at the east end of Hamel Avenue and ends in Spelter. A fitness trail winds along the river for 1.5 miles. There are picnic shelters for large groups, lighted tennis courts, a skate park, a dog park, an 18-hole miniature golf course, and an amphitheater. In Bridgeport, the recreation complex features 4 baseball fields, a multi-purpose field for soccer, football, or lacrosse, a walking trail, basketball court, and large picnic shelter. The Harrison County Recreation Center offers interactive exhibits designed to inform, engage, and inspire. Built on a reclaimed coal strip mine, Pete Dye Golf Club provides players with many unique features that remind golfers of its past. Experience it all in Harrison County. Harrison County schools offer rigorous curriculum choices that challenge students at every level. The Harrison County School District is where all are leaders and all are learners, with 25 schools serving elementary, middle, and high school students throughout the area. For quality higher education in the area, local colleges include Pierpont Community and Technical College, Salem International University, and Fairmont State University. The Gaston Caperton Center at Fairmont State University is a focal point of higher education within the county, serving approximately 1,100 students weekly. The Robert C. Byrd National Aerospace Education Center, a component of the Fairmont State University and Pierpont Community and Technical College, offers associate and bachelor degree programs in aviation technology. The path to a strong education begins in Harrison County. Harrison County is continually welcoming new and exciting opportunities for economic growth. Located in Bridgeport, Meadowbrook Mall is a major source of traffic and revenue. Harrison County is served by the North Central West Virginia Airport, which offers convenient flights to Washington, D.C. and Chicago through United Airlines. West Virginia's Charles Point combines commercial, residential, and recreational areas into one master planned community. Adjacent to Charles Point is the state-of-the-art United Hospital Center, and nearby is White Oaks Business Community. This developed area of West Virginia's Interstate 79 is considered part of a high-tech corridor. Harrison's job growth has been heavily driven by the production of natural gas. Antero Resources in Bridgeport has been prominent in the exploration and production of natural gas and oil since 2002. The Harrison County Chamber of Commerce promotes a vibrant business climate by fostering business growth with its numerous members. Business and industries thrive in Harrison County. Anybody can live in a neighborhood, but not everyone gets to reside within a true community. Our vast array of community organizations not only provide opportunities to give back, get involved, and come together, they create a sense of pride for our city and continue to help forge the community our residents are proud to call home. Doing better by working together. Community starts here.
All right, well, we're waiting for the music here to change. We're back for the second half, ladies and gentlemen. Morgantown going to start us from the center circle. Ian, what do you think what are your thoughts for this next half? What do you think RCB needs to do to see this one out?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I feared for RCB after the first 10-15 minutes. I thought Morgantown were completely dominated the game, but all credit to the RCB players. They worked themselves back into the game extremely well. So for them to do well the second half, they need to keep doing more of that, winning the ball back, just like what Chase is doing here, and keeping possession. So if they can continue to do that and keep holding the ball up front, like Yahir's doing here, I think Bird have got a good chance, but they have to take those chances if they arise.
Chances here for them are going to be at a premium.
Yeah.
And even, they're at home, but things like this right here where they've got a moment to launch a couple people into the box, got to put it on a Bird head.
I also think going to the back four this evening was absolutely a crucial decision. And again, I don't know if it was forced upon them because of the absence of Chandler Walls, but I think if they'd have played a back three tonight, it would have been extremely tough the way the fullbacks of Morgantown are attacking. And
especially how rapid they are. The nice little pass there from the Morgantown attacker there, Beeson, and into him, and he's again, that's the second or third time.
Yeah.
It's kind of that he's been offside. He just his brain is working faster than his legs, I guess.
Great move by Morgantown, though.
Absolutely, silky almost. This front four for Morgantown is very, very fluid together. White with the distribution up here to Yahir, but cut out again by the Morgantown center back. Chase Davis goes to retain possession. It gets to Carson. Carson to Chase. Hit into Gabbard, and a little bit of a misplaced control, but Gabbard is able to win it back. The ball is taken off Carson's foot by the Morgantown central midfielder.
Gabbard looks a lot more comfortable in that defensive midfield role this evening.
Absolutely, I think he this is the place where he is the most ready and the most skilled, truthfully, because he's able to use his strength and his intelligence to position himself in a place to retain possession. Ball goes wide here to LeVay, but it's Morgantown defender will kick it up short. The fake off of his toe, but it cut out by the Morgantown central defender who puts it out for a throw in. Gabbard, I think, for me, does not get enough of the credit for how well Bird play at times. He is so smart. I wouldn't describe him as the vocal leader, but he absolutely demonstrates by his play as a leader for this team.
Yeah, and he always does what he's asked too. He's been shifted around quite a lot into those kind of left wing back roles, right wing back roles. But tonight is the most comfortable I've seen him look on the field for a while.
Sure. Rosie almost cut out there.
Oh, is it the ball?
Oh, nice little kick there from Morgantown, who skies it in for, but that hit the bar. Wyatt Crisp had no chance. That dipped in. It was 1-0 Morgantown.
I think Morgantown took that kick a lot quicker than the Bird defense was expecting. Also,
absolutely,
good
and a good save by Wyatt, but it is pinged back in by Beeson from Morgantown. Well, and that's a tough one there for RCB.
Morgantown have started the second half extremely strongly, passing the ball around well, powerfully moving forward, and probably deserved that goal. But unfortunate there for the RCB goalie Chris Lip, because he made a good save, got down well to his left, but unfortunately for RCB, a Morgantown player followed it in and tucked it away.
Right, he put it right into his path because he'd already reacted to it.
RCB really got to hang in now the next 5 minutes.
Right, the platitude we already always hear is that the toughest time is right after you give up a goal because you're so high on the fact that you scored. But you don't want to see one go to two. Morgantown picks the ball back, and you're trying to get again to this to Will Staples. It seems like a lot of RC or a lot of Morgantown's play goes through Will Staples. Pass back there from Morgantown. Cut out by Beeson. And a nice return by Carson there to get the ball to Yair, who's going to move up the right side, but he is strongly by the Morgantown central defender.
You hear slightly unfortunate there to concede a free kick. I thought he held the ball up very well and was just stronger than the Morgantown defender.
Yeah, it seemed like the Morgantown defender went down pretty easy. Beast is going to try something from distance. Wyatt Crislip, I think, had covers there, but a lot of conversation going on between Crislip and Rosie. Morgantown has gone down the right a lot tonight, and Beeson has gotten by Rosie pretty easy. Ooh, and a tough little tackler by Gabbard who's going to concede a free kick about 40 yards out here. looks like a lot of Mohegans are making the step forward.
Bird are dropping way too deep on these free kicks. They need to hold that line higher. They're putting
Absolutely.
themselves under a lot of pressure here.
Right. There's no grounds for a push there. Ooh, and a nice step there across by Rosie to cut that out. But Morgantown is able to retain possession inside the 18 of RCB. A lot of last-ditch defending there to get the ball out of the 18. Morgantown will rotate here off to the left. Corsini can do nothing but concede out.
Yeah, it's all a little bit desperate right now for RCB defensively. Hopefully they can get themselves calmed down over the next few minutes.
We've got another in-swing corner here from Morgantown. RCB is just so deep defensively, which makes that catch by Wyatt Crislip difficult because he doesn't have a lot of space to operate. Brabson cut out there by Chase Davis, who looks for Luke Macara. Macara tries to get over to LeVake, but is cut out again by Morgantown.
Yeah, change up front now for Bird. Barnett and Macara going as the two central strikers.
I kind of like that change because James is going to give us give Bird a lot of speed. Luke's really good with possession. He's going to get a lot of creativity. Just got to make sure that they get the ball. And good work there by James Barnett to get back and get it to Macara, who uses his body to shield. And with three different Mohegans on top of him, is able to win a free kick there. That's good strength.
I mean, that's what the RCB players have got to do if they're playing that forward position. They've got to hold that ball up best they can and retain possession. So all credit to Luke there, although he got shrugged off pretty easily at the end.
Well, but it turns
into a dangerous opportunity. And
a nice ball there by Caden Min, just not able to find the head of an RCB attacker. But I don't blame him for taking a direct ball there on the off chance there was a deflection or. Got a goal kick here from the Mohegans. And it'll get knocked down to James Barnett, whose pace has been really helpful so far here. And he works hard to occupy two Mohegan defenders. Pass out to Gabbert, to Carson, to Makar, who smartly plays it out to Chase Davis.
This is good play.
And then
it was good play by Bird.
Commentator's curse there, right?
But that's what Bird have got to keep doing. They've got to keep it high up the other end of the field and just keep possession as best they can.
Absolutely, give the defenders there from RCB some rest. Looks like a substitution here, I believe, is Jackson McCain coming on for Isaiah Gabbert. Isaiah Gabbert, I'm sure, needs a little bit of a break. He's run tirelessly tonight. Is that, or is that? Yeah, that looks like McCain.
It is McCain going straight into that defensive midfield position where we're not used to seeing him. Let's see how he does.
Nice little turn there by LeVake, but possession is kicked out there by the Morgantown defender. And pass there out to the Morgantown attacker goes wide for an RCB throw. I think we'll probably see Anthony Corsini take this. He's got a pretty strong arm to heave this forward.
Always worries me when central defenders take throw-ins, though, because it just pulls them so far out of position.
Absolutely, he's got to sprint back into the shape. James Barnett battling there on the RCB right, won by the Morgantown defender. A strong challenge there by Corsini to wrestle the ball away from the Morgantown attacker, and a speculative ball into Makara that's knotted down by the Morgantown defender. And here come Morgantown rapidly on the right. Ball lofted into the center here. Back looked like for Beeson, but it's cut out by RCB, and a strong call keep from Wyatt Crislip. Wyatt really does have a whole bag of distribution here. A pretty hard rugby punt there. About 27 minutes to go. It's still 1-0 Morgantown.
Great defending there by Jackson McCain.
Yeah, he's really shown a facet of his game tonight that I didn't know that he had. I would, like we say, would never have thought of him as a central defender or a defensive midfielder. We're not down the right. Forced possession. Chase Davis is able to retain it. Carson draws two defenders and then pulls the ball back to McCain. McCain dances to Chase. Chase tries a cheeky pass into Carson that gets cut out by Morgantown.
Yeah, normally when McCain comes on, you would have thought that he would have gone out on the right and Chase Davis would have filled in that central role. But it's interesting to see some of the changes that Chris Minns made this evening. And a lot of them have actually worked despite the scoreline. It's not been a bad performance at all by RCB.
I don't think so at all. And I think Chase carries about 20 yards here forward. I think having Jackson's speed and pace into Makara there and cut out again by the Morgantown defender. But this is good in space here. If LeVake is able to get the ball back to the left side. And Morgantown, there are some mistakes in this Morgantown team. Mm-hmm. That was an error that you might call unforced. But Jackson McCain is really good at moving possession left to right, and I think that's been very helpful tonight for RCB. And that is strong defending. That is not, for me, a foul. I think the Morgantown player made a meal of that, but Anthony Corsini whistled there for a free kick, no card, and rang quickly. Morgantown is back, moving into the bird half, down the left here. And good cutout by Bradley Burnett. He's going to shield or try to shield the ball, but is dispossessed by the Morgantown attacker. And great save by Wyatt Crislip.
Yeah, Brad was a bit too far away from the goal line there to be trying to shield that out. Probably just needs to clear it, because if you get caught in that position like he did, all of a sudden Morgantown are in a very dangerous attacking position.
Nice work there by Luke McCarr, but it's passed to James Barnett's cut out. And we've got a trio of Mohegans and an Eagle. Looks like Isaiah Gabbert waiting to come back in. Good defense work there by Brad. And a kick out by the Morgantown attacker there.
It's going to be interesting to see where Gabbert comes in right now, because McCain's actually done a decent job in that defensive midfield role. But yeah, Chase Davis is going off, McCain to the right, and Gabbert back in the defensive midfield position.
I think that's a good move. But
I
you're
do
right.
too.
He's done well for himself.
Mm-hmm.
In talking to Jackson this week, I always give him grief about playing in the number 9 role, and he said, "Well, that's because I want to be a midfielder. I feel more comfortable as a midfielder," and I can kind of see why. I think he's done real well for himself tonight.
I would say RCB really has no natural centre forward. And that's probably why they've rotated that position around so much.
Absolutely agree. I'm with you. I would love to see Carson given a chance up there because he has so many of the tools that a classic center forward needs. Right?
Yeah, I agree. I think it would be worth a try. Obviously, he does a great job in midfield, but seeing as we've rotated so many players through that position, why not try it for a few minutes and see how it goes?
Absolutely. Well, and just to have his ability to retain possession that far forward would be incredibly beneficial. Now, that was a bit of a rough pass from James Barnett into Luke McCarr. I'm glad he was able to escape through that. Oh, and
I'm surprised at the effect that Barnett and McCarr have had up front, actually, though. They've made a difference since they've gone in there.
Absolutely. I mean, it looks like, the Morgantown is struggling a little bit more with how rapid they are. They both seem to be pretty good on the ball. Slip there by LeVake. Allows Morgantown into a dangerous spot here, but Wyatt Crislip, oh, my goodness. And it looks like even Caden Min has a little bit of the pirouette in his bag. But to do it that deep is audacious.
And that's really what I'm talking about with Carson Bennett. I mean, he's only 20 yards outside his own penalty area. If you can get him on the ball much higher up the field, I think he can make a real difference.
Absolutely. And it would draw defenders. It would make the scoring that much easier for the other players around him. To being able to run onto one of those passes or one of his turns. Ooh, and that was a pretty studs up challenge there for the Morgantown attacker, but he looks a little worse for wear for his own tackle.
Second half is really kind of taking shape of what the first half did. Morgantown started in a much stronger fashion, and then Bird have worked their way back into the game again. Unfortunately, this time Morgantown got the goal.
So it's a punch, counter-punch kind of thing that RCB just kind of waiting to see how Morgantown's going to. RCB just kind of waited a little too long to see how Morgantown was going to come out and set up, but they just did what they always do.
Morgantown very well organised positionally, though. Really been impressed with them on that regard.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, once you have that tactical understanding of where you're supposed to be positionally, it's just about execution.
Right, and the majority of the time, Bird have done well defensively, cutting out that execution. But just that once or twice, those 2 or 3 moves early in the second half, really, really punished Bird. But yes, I mean, the way the fullbacks move forward and support the central midfield players, and then the way they just pass it into the forwards, it's been impressive from Morgantown. But what's also been impressive is how Bird defensively have dealt with it, because they've really worked hard. Morgantown is a strong team.
Absolutely. We got a free kick here from Caden Min. Looking long here. Looks he's going to try to play it down line. Into the feet of Luke, but it's cut out by Morgantown, who are back rapidly through Beeson. Rosie stands him up, but it goes out for a Morgantown throw. Nice cut out there by Jackson McCain, who's going to take it down the wing here. and try to beat the wing back from Morgantown, and it does so. Gets around him. Now, can he get the ball centrally? He kicks it, but it goes out for a throw. Really nice wing play there from Jackson McCain. Looks like I can't tell here exactly who's coming on for RCB. I believe it's Chase coming back.
Yeah, Chase Davis coming back in on the left side of the midfield now.
Well, and it's starting to ask questions here, this Morgantown defense. Making them, kick the ball pretty quick instead of trying to deal with it back upfield.
It's a good delivery into the box there by McCain. Nobody really attacking it for Bird.
Which is really unfortunate.
Yeah.
It was a good ball. Morgantown back out, switches the play back out to the right. Center into Staples here. Attempted pass back that gets kicked out to the left at a center. Pass by Morgantown. I would really be interested to see time of possession stats from this game, because it seems to be, pretty largely Morgantown, but great save by Wyatt Crislip. Ooh, and the center does a high boot there for Morgantown. Anthony delivered the ball here. Like we said in the first half, they've got to make these free kicks count.
Yeah, and sending Caden Min forward for these kicks makes sense, and letting Anthony take the kick, because Caden is obviously the best player in the air for RCB.
Well, and he's very rapid. He's back, getting into position there. Good bit of defending there from RCB, but very quickly cut out by the Morgantown defense. Drift back there to Wyatt's goal, and he'll pick it up. Attempt by Isaiah Gabbard is picked out by Morgantown, sent down on the left here. But Bradley Burnett is able to stand up the Morgantown attacker, cut back inside. And impressive strength there by Jackson McCain. Morgantown is switching through the gears. A defensive stop there by Rosie is able to tamed by the Morgantown attacker. Anthony sliding in to try and foil that attack, and is able to push to Brad, who will lump it to Carson. Carson with a little drop of the shoulder. Carry about 30 yards laterally. Pass into Luke, who drops it back to Carson.
Makara's done really well holding the ball up since he's gone into that centre forward. Again, not his natural position, but he's really tried to show feet and create a target for the midfielders to pass to, and done a really good job with that.
And all of them are looking to him to really move that transition, and he's doing the way he sprays the ball left and right has really helped RCB get some rest and a break defensively, and they've needed that.
And then Barnett is just really battled well since he's gone up. Wins another free kick high up in the Morgantown half.
Well, he's not a very tall player, but he uses his height well. Because the much taller player tries to overcompensate, and he's able to very rapidly get on the ball after that misjudgment.
This is where Bird, with only 30 minutes to go, could probably send up one or two more players just to create a little bit more of offensive threat. I understand why they're keeping men back, because they don't want to hit on the break, but they're 1-0 down with 30 minutes to go. They could afford to take a couple of chances.
Well, and a nice ball by Anthony, but it looked like Caden slipped. And we got a group of sub changes here from RCB and Morgantown. But a nice shift there by Luke and James. Bradley going out. Looks like LeVate going into that right back spot. RCB definitely doesn't look as panicked this half as they did in the first.
No, apart from those first few minutes at the start of the second half, they've really worked themselves back into the game again.
A long crossfield pass from Morgantown back centrally and cut out high by Caden Min. Pass it to Morgantown, a little bit of a mistake. But a slip there from Corsi and another slip by Caden Min.
These guys have got to relax a little bit in the central defence. Just nice and calm, just clear the ball away. They're just trying to kick it too hard at this point.
And Morgantown is just bearing down on them here. Nice take of the ball there by Harry Sinsel.
Yeah, Sinsel's gone into the centre forward position with Yahia. McCain's still out on the right-hand side.
Morgantown works this corner back into centrally to Beeson, the goal scorer. And a shot there from distance. Sprays wide of Wyatt Crislip's goal for another goal kick. We got looks like Bradley Burnett coming back in. I think to take Rosie's spot. Rosie's had and Jackson's going to switch to the left. Rosie's had a really tough game tonight.
Yeah, he's probably been put under a lot of pressure, especially they've moved, is it Beeson, the number 30? They've moved him centrally, but when he played down the right during the start of this second half, he's a good player down there. Hard for Roselius to deal with, especially with the right back bombing on also.
Right, constantly having to defend 2v1.
Right.
Well, and that...
But I think Roselius has gradually improved right throughout the season, and I think he's made that left back, left central defensive position his own.
Absolutely. I think he's a good 1v1 defender. But it's tough when you've got to defend two guys for 30 and 40 minutes. It wears at you.
Mm-hmm.
And Morgantown's able to grab possession here and push a very teasing ball. And the weight was just short of incredible there from Morgantown.
Yeah, great run, good idea by Morgantown. Just failed to connect on the pass, but they're starting to create a little bit of dangerous situations right now.
Good turn by here. And then he just fluffs it. But he's able to go work himself back to find it. Oh, and a lot of work from Yahir. That I wish he had the end product to it, but he worked hard there to keep possession. Out of a mistake of his own design. Pass there into the center for Morgantown, who work it back out to Beeson, who's now on the left. Nice attempt at stand-up defending by Bradley Burnett. No one able to connect by a teasing ball centrally from Beeson. And a great claim there by Wyatt Crislip.
Yeah, that's exactly what Bird needed in that position. The goalkeeper coming out, dominating his box,
Very
and gathering
rapid
it very well.
return by Morgantown. And McCain tries to dump the ball there for Harry Sinsel, but just too long for a goal kick for Morgantown. Nice chase there back by Harry Sinsel to come about 20 yards to put pressure on that Morgantown defender. And a nice cutout there by Chase Davis, but slides it out of bounds for a Morgantown throw. But is able to keep it on in the Morgantown half. With about 6 minutes to play here. Tough moment here from RCB. Good ball retention by McCain. Gets it to Sinsel, who lets the ball run through his legs for an RCB throw. Looks like Luke and James are coming back on for RCB.
Yeah, I actually think those two were slightly unfortunate to be taken off 5 or 6 minutes ago. So it's good to see that they've gone back in, because I thought those two made a difference up front. I'm glad to see them back in.
I think the best chance for RCB to get a goal right now is for the two of them to be playing up front. Oh, and a try centrally. See what Carson Bennett was trying to do, just could not get it in enough time to Luke McCara. Pass across here from Morgantown. But that I want to see Carson do more of that.
They're the areas of the field where Carson Bennett needs to be in possession, in and around the opposition's penalty area.
And we've got a call here, bringing it back from the ref. I guess a judge to foul on McCain.
Must have gone out of play. It didn't look like it went out of play to me, but they get the throw in.
A nice little dummy move there by McCain to win a throw. 5 minutes remaining here in the half. And Luke Good shine of strength there, but and played it off his leg. Oh, and the crowd wants to let us know. We've got a change here and a stop of the clock. For Morgantown, I think for an injury maybe. Gabbard able to win possession there and push the ball forward, but it's cut out by Morgantown again. Bomb down the right. They're looking for Beeson out here to the wing.
That was a great ball.
And a great dead stop, but he goes for 3 points as opposed to 1 and is wide of the post. Knocked down by Carson and tried to get it into the feet of Luke McCarr, but was not able to. Was cut out by Morgantown. who get it to Staples, and Wyatt Crislip very attentive to what he needed. And a big punt by Wyatt Crislip that James Barnett with his pace is able to get to, but it's cut out by the Morgantown defense. And a long ball that splits the RCB defense in two onto Staples, who again goes to the field goal as opposed to the frame of the goal post for soccer. But that was a clincher there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Bird need to really get reorganized defensively there. LeVake coming too far centrally, and the ball was played in behind him. Great ball from Morgantown to hit the runner. Good opportunity for Morgantown, but fortunately for Bird, it was missed.
And a really odd bit of possession there from RCB, but a good step by LeVake, who's looking for James Barnett, but it was weighted too far centrally, and the Morgantown goalkeeper was able to collect it, push it back upfield. Header there by... Oh, and that one is long by Wyatt Crislip, who has to force it out and then sprint back to his goal. But luckily, Morgantown was not attentive to the possession of the situation. And that goes out of bounds off the side netting for a RCB goal kick. About 2 minutes remaining. Great trap of the ball by James Barnett, but just not able to turn upfield. And it'll go out for a Morgantown throw. Isaiah Gabbard able to stop it there, get it to Makara. Holds the play up. Whose pass outlet to Chase Davis is cut out.
Good run by Davis there. Good idea by Makara, but just failed to execute the pass. It really needed to go in behind that player for to hit the run of Davis, but not quite a good enough pass there.
And a hold of the jersey there by the Morgantown defender. And rightfully so. There's a foul called here in a dangerous spot for RCB.
Yeah, just send everybody forward right now. 1 minute to go. Just get everybody in the box.
And LeVake's going forward. Looks like we have two defenders and Crislip back. Got to get a head on the ball here. This may be the last throw here for RCB.
Really important, this cross from Corsini is a good one. It is.
Oh, and it's nobody gets there. It's in a great spot and just too far in front. Stop of the clock there by the referee, but just too far in front of Caden Min. Wasn't able to get to it, but a great ball from Anthony.
Yeah, great delivery from Corsini there. That's exactly where it needed to go. Unfortunately, Bird just couldn't capitalize on the great pass into the box.
About 30 seconds here remaining. You got 7 seconds and kind of a teasing ball here. And with that, it looks like that's the end of the ball game. Your score is going to be Morgantown 1, RCB 0. We'll be right back here with the RCB stream.
From country to Christian, rock and roll to blues and soul, The Robinson Grand Performing Arts Center in the heart of downtown Clarksburg is your destination for spectacular live events and memory-making experiences. Visit therobinsongrand.com to find the next show you're coming to see.
Back with our final thoughts here. Ian, I really, like we were saying off air here, I don't think RCB was outmatched here. I think they played really hard.
Yeah, I think a good way for RCB to go into the sectional play. Obviously, disappointing with the result, but I thought the performance was quite strong. I thought they really showed some good aspects to their play. And in the end, I think they were just beaten by a better team in Morgantown. But if Bird play like that heading into the sectionals, I think they've got a great chance to win sectionals and do well in the regionals also.
I agree. I mean, they're not going to see many teams that are better than this Morgantown team.
I don't think they will in the section or the region. I think Bird have got a great chance to go to states if they perform as they did tonight. And although, you know, the viewers might be thinking, well, they got beat, I thought the performance was quite strong tonight. They just got beat by a stronger, bigger Morgantown team.
Absolutely. And you think about it, it's a team that's able to draw on a student body of almost 2,000 kids compared to 700 at RCB. That there's a lot of talent in that Morgantown squad.
Yeah, I certainly don't think Bird are going to come up against anybody as strong as Morgantown in our section or region.
No. And hopefully we'll see them at states. Well, next week, ladies and gentlemen, I believe the boys play on Tuesday or Thursday. I'm going to pull this up here real quick.
The start of the boys sectional tournament is on Tuesday, where Notre Dame and Lincoln play a 4th and 5th seed game, and the winner of that game will play Robert C. Bird on Thursday evening, and I believe it's an early game for the boys at 5:30.
So it'll be 5:30 for RCB, and then an 8 o'clock game for the 3 seed Philip Barber versus Grafton, and then the championship game for the boys will be on Saturday.
So when you're looking at those teams in that section, Gabe, I would say, to me, Bird and Grafton are the favourites to go to the final. Grafton have been strong here recently. Bird beat them 1-0 just last week or 2 weeks ago.
Last week.
So Bird certainly have a good chance of winning the sections.
I think they absolutely do. And especially, you know, they played at a high level against Grafton here at home, and I think that they can really say that they've got a shot to go to states.
I agree. I'm not quite sure who's on the other side of the sectional. Maybe Elkins and Lewis. I'm not quite sure who the strong teams are in the region, but none of them are as strong as what Morgantown were tonight.
No, we've seen all of the teams we've seen this season. Morgantown is absolutely the strongest, at least here at home.
I would agree. I think Morgantown were actually a better team than University, and University beat Bird quite comfortably the other day. But Bird looked much more organised today than they did against University. So all credit to the coaching staff, all credit to the players. And I think they're going to go into sectionals with quite a lot of momentum.
And hopefully some confidence, too, because they played, they're ready for sectionals.
I think so. Hopefully they continue to perform as well as they did tonight, because at times they look good, but again, Morgantown just slightly better than them tonight.
Sure. Well, for the Robert T. Britton Streaming Network, I'm Gabe Rhodes.
I'm Ian McCara.
Have a nice night. We'll see you next week.
Good night.